position, which is, I think, good enough to a good example of southern Pinot Noir from the south. In our winery, we also started with new rootstocks. So we used to work with Soviet rootstocks, and then we off-rooted them and bought the best Italian rootstocks with the international grape variety. So we launched new equipment and new plantings. So it all started in 2002. So the average age of vines is about 7-8 years now at the moment. So it's all new things. Some things about all grapes we grow is handpicked. So we hire about 150 people from the local region, from the neighborhood, to collect the grapes. And in this particular time, it's a high season. I mean, I came just from a vintage today to tell you about the Russian Myskhako wines. But now we have lots of fermentation, lots of CO2, lots of fermentation aromas, so it's quite messy, and it's lots of work in the winery at the moment. And now you can see, so it's all hand-picked. I remind you, it's 400 hectares, so it's quite big area. So that's why we need so many people to collect the grapes, which is important. Okay, this is how the winery looks. Everything is brand new, stainless steel fermenters, new filters, and the idea is to make I told you, the international styles with the French barriques. So we purchased the barrels directly from France. They're quite expensive, but the wine we make, especially the top, the top range. So I think it deserves to be in good French barrique. It's the heritage of Soviet era. The approach was to collect Cabernet Sauvignon and age it not in French barriques, but in big wooden casks of Russian oak. We have a big plantings of good oak on the Caucasus, on the south, close to our area. And there are lots of barrel producers there. And in Soviet era, we couldn't have any French barriques, of course. So that's why the approach was to use these big barrels. So the Cabernet Sauvignon went into big barrels for 2 years. That's why it's a completely different style. If you compare French wood and Caucasian Russian wood, you can see that French wood gives more vanilla character, very smooth, round-bodied wines, and Caucasian oak gives more tobacco, a little bit more, gives more spice to the wine. So we see Russian wood, Russian oak, between French and American. American is more, aggressive, more expressive sort of aromas, and Russian wood is something in the middle. So it's different. And when we started our new approach, our new era in 2002, the first idea was to finish this Soviet Cabernet, but there are lots of consumers in Russia who still remember that Cabernet Sauvignon. And if you pour a glass of this wine to any old Russians of old generation, they'll go, oh, okay, I still remember the wine. And we saved the label. So, and now when we show this wine to different Western experts who come to the winery, they used to say, oh, it's very special. It's sort of Russian Cabernet.
Yeah.
So we still, I think it's okay wine, but it's different, and it's very special for us because others you see it's a more international style, and this is more local, and the label is still that way. So you can see that the aromas, the nose, is very different from what you used to try before. So this is very special stuff. This is the top range, Chardonnay, Cabernet, Merlot. We tried Chardonnay, and the last one we're going to taste will be Merlot. I'll show you. Yes, we make some ice wine as well. I'll show you this is how the bottle looks like. So in our southern territory, we used to freeze the bunches artificially in fridges. So we used to collect Riesling, put it in a fridge, freeze it completely, and the berry becomes like ice. And then in January we start pressing it and make this ice wine, but it's not. It's very. You can compare it to German and Austrian ice wine, but it's different because we used to ferment the juice in barrels, in Russian barrels, so it gives some tobacco character to the wine, which makes it a little bit different. I told you that we also make sparkling. This is the label what we make. This is a rosé made from Pinot Noir. Now we try only 6 wines, and if you're interested, you can come to our stand in the exhibition hall, and I can show you the different labels, different wines which we make, sparkling, ice wine. So it's all presented on our stand. So I'll just show you what we do. These are reserve wines, and that's very important. For last 8 years, we are this official supplier of the Kremlin. It means that we just went through the very strict control, because we cannot poison, even if we want to, we cannot poison our government, Mr. Putin, so it's absolutely impossible. So we pass through the control, and they take our wines for different meetings in the Ministry of Foreign Trade or whatever. So because now it's part of a culture, when there are meetings between different countries, different ministries, we have to show Russian wines, because if you come to Italy, they will show you Italian wines. Now it became normal, because 10-15 years ago, no one believed that Russian wine exists, so it's Merlot, 2009, in your glass number 6. You can see it here. It's a Merlot Grand Reserve. I told you that Grand Reserve range is very limited edition. We make just 10,000 bottles each. 10,000 bottles Merlot, 2,000 bottles Chardonnay, and 10,000 bottles of Cabernet Sauvignon. We also try to make this wine from a specific lots of vineyards. So we chose the best lots, planted the best vines on it, and then we try to make the grapes even better. I mean, we make green harvesting. It means that we reduce the amount of bunches. If you have the grapevine with for example, 6-7 bunches on the cane, and if you reduce some bunches and leave just 2 out of 6 or 7, these 2 will have much more nutrients, sunlight, so they become more high quality. So when we reduce bunches, we make the rest of the crop much better, concentrated, and these bunches help us produce the wines with the good potential for aging. And this Merlot is a good example. So when we take those bunches from this specific lots of grapes, we selected the best bunches from them, and this is 100% barrel aged in French barriques for at least 12 months. So the wine spends 12 months in a barrique, then at least 6 months in a bottle. So we bottle the wine, put the bottle this way with no label, age it to because the wine needs some rest, because you know about bottle shock. So when you bottle the wine is a little bit shocked. So, and if we sell the wine in high price in top range, the wine should be okay. So that's why we take 6 months more to prepare the wine for bottle aging in this position. Then we put the label on, and the wine goes to to the shelf of a wine shop or restaurant or wine boutique or whatever, because it's not a supermarket position, of course. We mostly sell it at restaurants, different wine boutiques, and it's very limited. So, and now we tasted most of the wines from middle range, medium range, and top range. So this show you what we do actually. So